So in my opinion, when it comes to cars, there's nothing more 80s than Minitrucks and Suzuki Samurais and that whole scene. And today, New Minis Mini Truck Club, which started in 1985, is having their annual picnic in Long Beach, California. And for those of you that don't know, I used to be a member of New Minis, so I can tell you firsthand that they put on a great event. So I got the Suzuki all cleaned up and we're headed out to Long Beach to check out some awesome 80s cars. Let's go see what we can find. I just pulled up to El Dorado Park and it looks like we're in the right spot. So pretty much all the trucks right here in front belong to New Minis, and most of these are original members that have been in the club since 1985. Some new members, but most of them original. And I see right down here towards the end a couple of my favorite trucks from the club. And this is one of them, and it's a female-owned truck. It belongs to one of the members' wives, and it's pretty simple, but the pink looks so good on the white. It just looks so clean. Now this is the other one, another female-owned truck that also belongs to a member's wife. And the paint job on this truck is insane. And everything on this truck is immaculate. Everything was either redone or replaced. Every little detail was done perfectly. You can see the hearts on the interior, like no detail was left untouched. And the paint on this was done by the legendary Danny D, who also did the paint on my Suzuki. You see it's got the lace on the hood and on the sides. Everything about this truck is just amazing. This blue one down here, this is Boombox, and it belongs to Mark, the guy who did the speaker setup in my Suzuki. I actually got him this license plate. I'm glad to see he put it on the truck, and you can see why he calls it Boombox. He recently got the truck painted, and I'm not sure if my camera's picking it up, but they put some flake in the Mazda logo, which looks really good. Here's another great one, and I'm talking about the truck and the bike in the back. This belongs to my buddy Eric, and what's really great about this truck is this is his original truck from the 80s. He bought this truck brand new in the 80s, and when the club broke up in the 90s, he parked the truck in the garage, and then when the club got back together all those years later, he's like, well, I still got my truck. So that worked out pretty well, and it still looks amazing. Now, I really like the paint job on this truck, and from what I understand, this is actually the last mini truck that Danny D worked on before he passed away, so that definitely makes it special. And right next to it, not a mini truck, but still amazing. And I believe these are some of the trucks that belong to the exotic ones. This one's got the mural on the hood. Oh, down here I see a convertible, which I'm a sucker for convertibles. I had a convertible Mazda, and so yeah, I'm really into the convertible mini trucks, and this is definitely a great one. Great paint job, really nice interior. And it's got the limo antenna, which you don't see enough of those anymore. I was always a fan of those. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it needs more amps. Oh, okay, that'll do. These ones got the old school Garfield that sticks on the window, and it looks like this one also has a Danny D button on Garfield. I like that. Rest in peace, Danny D. And of course, the VW Bugs were always a huge part of the mini truck scene, and they still are. There's still a lot of them around. You see another one right here. And check out this Suzuki Samurai. This busted out not too long ago. This was done by my buddy Rick from Envious, and I gotta say, I love the paint job on this Samurai. And I'm pretty sure he redid everything on this Suzuki, so everything's looking brand new. And what's really unique on this one is he put a speaker box in the back, but he also kept his back seat. He just moved it forward. The only thing is there's now no legroom, as you can see, but he was able to find a way to have a speaker box and a back seat. And you can see right here, all the interior has been redone. Every little detail on this Suzuki has been handled. They got the convertible pink mini truck next to it to match. Another convertible next to that. I love those convertibles. And down here at the end, desirable ones in the house. They have always got some of the cleanest mini trucks and definitely the best bed dancers. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if I have the correct truck, I believe that everything on this one is completely original. This is a 100% Survivor truck, and everything on it looks awesome. I mean, you can see the interior, the paint, everything looks so good. And like I said, it's all original. Even the bed is in good shape. I mean, you just can't find them like this anymore. It's even got original plates. And then of course, this is the Suzuki Samurai Sally. Another immaculate 720 King Cab. This truck is awesome. And I actually had a King Cab like this that I was getting ready to restore, and I just never got to do it. And looking at this truck is definitely making me regret it. I mean, everything on this truck looks OG. So clean. Oh, and speaking of clean, what do we have here? I think this might be my favorite one I've seen so far today. Now, I can't believe I walked by this red one a couple of times and I didn't notice all the super cool details on it. Like the lavender down here around the flasher lights. That looks awesome. And then over here on the turn signal lights, I love the way these look. Looks so cool. It's also got the super rad patterns on it too. Looks like I stumbled upon a little impromptu photo shoot. All kinds of stuff going on here at the New Minis Barbecue. Now this is of course a photo shoot for the Mini Truck Era magazine. So I was headed in the other direction and I heard some bed dancing going on. So I screeched to a halt and I ran back down here to see what was going on. Now this is pretty cool. I was just talking to him and he's only 10 years old and he's already out here hitting the switches. It's so cool to see him out here learning at such a young age. All right, I'm out here today at Dockweiler Beach for the annual Dockweiler Beach Cruise. This happens every year in October, and it's usually the biggest mini truck cruise of the year. I do feel like there's a little bit less people here than there was last year. Maybe it's just still early, but there's still a lot of trucks out here. And what's really cool about this cruise is you get clubs coming up from San Diego, coming down from Northern California. You get people coming from all over, and you also get, I mean, look at some of the trucks you get out here. I love the way this is set up. I love the carpet in the bed. But anyways, yeah, you get people coming from all over, and you get You get the old style mini trucks like this one, and you also get some of the new school style mini trucks. You get the 4x4s, you get a little bit of everything at this cruise. So this is always a fun one. Got some of the trucks over here from Flow Hose. Got Envious in the house. Like I said, you get all the clubs come out for this one. So you're gonna see everybody here. A lot of the same clubs that we saw at the New Minis barbecue, and then some of the clubs that weren't at the New Minis barbecue will be here as well, because like I said, you got people coming down from Northern California, you got people coming from all over for this one. Of course, New Minis in the house as always. And of course, what's really fun about this one is, you know, everyone likes to cruise here to the beach, and then you get to grab yourself a nice spot on the beach, set up a pop-up tent, have yourself a barbecue. They got the fire pits. You know, you just make a whole day out of it. So this is always a fun one that everybody looks forward to all throughout the year. We got some of the trucks from Desirable Ones. And then it looks like down here at the end, we got New Trend from Northern California. And this one right here, this is one that I've been following on Instagram. This is an OG car from back in the day that he has been slowly bringing back to life, and he's been posting the progress on Instagram as he does every little thing, bringing it back to life. And I think this might be the first show or cruise, whatever, its first outing. This is the first time the car has been brought out to the public since I want to say the 90s. So really cool to see that this car has been brought back to life, and definitely a good job was done on it. The car looks amazing. And right next to it, a super cool tracker, also part of New Trend. I remember seeing this one here last year, and I fell in love with it. I wish this car was in LA, because I would definitely want to go cruising with this car all the time. Yeah, you cannot find a tracker that clean anymore. Of course, over here we have some of the trucks from New Trend, and all of their vehicles, all of their trucks, at least the ones that I've seen, are always immaculate. Now this one right here is one of my favorites. I love the paint job on this truck. Those colors just look so good together. And there's actually a Suzuki Samurai in this club. I think this truck right here belongs to Richard, who also owns the Suzuki Samurai that he's had since back in the day. It's his original Suzuki Samurai, and that thing is so awesome. Everything on that Suzuki is perfect. And you can see this truck is the same way. He's got a couple of trucks and the Suzuki, and they're all like show condition. And then right across the way, we got High Rollers with the 4x4s. Got some more rides over here from New Trend. Now, I have always loved this Blazer. This was a part of Class Act, or maybe it still is, but I think the guy that originally owned it sold it. Maybe he sold it to someone else in the club, but got another mini truck here from Class Act. Got another Suzuki Samurai over here sitting on juice, doing the 3-wheel right now. And I got to admit, I have been really tempted to juice my Suzuki. Oh, got the chain steering wheel too. That must be really fun with the lack of power steering on this car. But actually, the lack of power steering really isn't that bad on the Suzukis. But yeah, I've been really tempted to juice my Suzuki, but been there, done that, and I'm just not interested in having all the problems right now. Looks good though. Oh, and what do I see over here hiding behind this truck? There it is. Got Mark checking out the system. He's actually the one that built the speaker setup in the back. So as you can see, there's definitely a lot of trucks out here. The parking lot is full, packed from one side to the other, and there's actually some trucks cruising the parking lot right now. And I feel like last year you wouldn't have even been able to cruise the parking lot because it was so packed you couldn't even drive through there. But it's actually a little more comfortable this way, that you can move around and kind of cruise around. But anyways, had a good time. That's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.